Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to start Unit 5, that is Yoga. Your Unit 5 is that is Yoga. In this unit we will discuss about the meaning of Yoga, importance of Yoga, elements of Yoga, and different types of asanas which are helpful in different types of deformities, different types of ailments and diseases. Today we are going to discuss about the meaning of Yoga, importance of yoga, and meaning of asanas and type of asanas. Okay. Now first we take the meaning of yoga. As we know that the demand of yoga is growing day by day because people are aware about the benefits of yoga. People know about how yoga is beneficial not only for your physical fitness or mental fitness, as well as yoga is helpful in different types of chronic diseases, different types of lifestyle diseases. Lifestyle diseases like heart problems, like asthma, like back pain, right? Like diabetes, like obesity. These are the chronic and lifestyle diseases in which the certain types of yoga asanas and pranayams are very helpful to control these types of chronic or lifestyle diseases. That is why people are more aware in today's modern world. People know about how yoga is helpful for their mental and physical health. Yoga is helpful for both mental and physical health. And today's modern world, there are so many people suffering from these types of chronic diseases or lifestyle diseases like diabetes, like heart problems, like asthma, like back pain and other diseases. So now today we are going to discuss about the meaning of yoga. Yoga is made up of a Sanskrit word yuj. Why yuj? Yoga is made up of a Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join. Join to whom? Join to God. So yoga is made up of a Sanskrit word which means join to the God. Which means join to the God. In simple word, according to the Swami Digambar ji, yoga is the union of soul and God. Yoga is the union of soul and God. Or in simple word, according to Swami Digambar ji, yoga is the union of Atma and Paramatma. That is all about yoga according to the Swami Digambar ji. Now, according to the sacred book of Hindus, that is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita tells us about yoga, that is yoga is the evenness of temper. According to Bhagavad Gita, the sacred book of Hindus, that is the evenness of temper. Evenness of temper here means you have to control your temper. You have to balance your temper. Right? So according to Bhagavad Gita, it is the evenness of temper. Right? Now, according to the Shankaracharya, yoga is the withdrawal of sense organs from worldly objects. According to Shankaracharya, it is the withdrawal of sense organs from worldly objects. You have to withdraw your all sense organs. What are the sense organs? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Right? These are called the sense organs. You have to withdraw these sense organs. If somebody is going bad, you have to away or withdraw your sense organs from that bad thing. Right? So you have to withdraw your all sense organs from the worldly objects or for the bad things. Right? So yoga is a scientific study of mind and body. It is the scientific study of mind and body. Yoga is helpful not only your physical fitness, yoga is helpful for your mental fitness also. There are certain types of yoga asanas and pranayams which are very, very helpful for your brain, for your mind. Right? If you want to be happy in your life, be healthy in your life, your mind and body should be healthy. If your mind is unhealthy, then automatically your body will be unhealthy. If your body is unhealthy, then your mind will be unhealthy. So both body and mind should be healthy, and you can achieve this by doing certain types of yoga asanas and pranayam regularly. Then you become fit mentally as well as physically. So you have to do the certain types of asanas regularly. We will discuss later about the asanas. Now come to the importance of yoga. What is the importance of yoga? Your first importance of yoga, that is, improves cardiovascular system. Improves cardiovascular system. Whenever cardio comes, it relates to your heart. Cardiovascular system is related to your heart and lungs. Right? So, if you do certain types of yoga asanas and pranayam regularly, on regular basis, right, then definitely it will improve the capacity of your heart. It will improve the stroke volume of your heart. It will improve the cardiac output. More the stroke volume you have, more the cardiac output you have, more the heart is your strong. So, if you do yoga asanas or pranayam, it will improve your cardiac output, it will improve the stroke volume. Right? It will improve the overall blood circulation in your body. If your blood circulation is good, then definitely it is helpful for your heart, for your health of your heart. So do regular yoga asana and away from the cardiac problems or cardiovascular problems or heart and lungs problems. Right? Now come to the second importance of yoga, that is proper functioning of digestive organs. Proper functioning of digestive organs. As you know that in today's modern world, most of the problems come from your stomach. If people are suffering from the digestive problem, they may be suffering from the other problems also. So, if you have any problem in your digestive organs, in your small intestine, digestive tract, in your large intestine, you are suffering from several types of digestive problems, like constipation, like gastric problem, right? Like pain in the stomach, okay, like lack of appetite or excess appetite. Okay? So these are the problems which the people are suffering from if they live a sedentary lifestyle, in which they are not doing any type of physical workout, just sit and sleep. That is called the sedentary lifestyle. Those people are mostly suffering from these types of digestive problems, like constipation, like gastric problem, right? Like pain in the stomach, problems of digestive tract. So, if you do certain types of yoga asanas, then definitely it will improve your digestive system, overall digestive system, by which you are not suffering from these types of digestive problems. Okay. Now, come to the third point, that is develops concentration. Through yoga asanas and pranayams, definitely improve the concentration level. Concentration is very important for all sphere of your life. If you did not concentrate, then you cannot achieve anything. Whatever you have to do with concentration, whether you are playing sports, you have to do the concentration. Whether you are doing studies, you need concentration. Whether you are doing any type of job, you need concentration. So concentration is very important for getting success in any field, whether sports, education, or in your jobs, or any profession. You require the concentration. For certain types of meditation, certain types of pranayams and yoga asanas, if you do regularly, then definitely it will improve your concentration level. you will get the mastery over that work or over that skill. If you do more concentration on that, you will get mastery over that work. If you do the work with concentration, how you improve your concentration? Through yogasana, through meditation pose, through pranayama. You can develop your concentration. Right? Now, come to the fourth point, that is remove stress and tension. There are certain types of yoga asanas and certain types of pranayams and meditative pose by which we can remove the stress and tension. As you know that stress is a mental problem. In today's modern world, many people are suffering from the stress and tension. Most of the people have stress in their mind, tensions in their mind. Tensions of study, tensions of job, tension of salary, tensions of business, right? Mostly people are suffering from the stress and tension. Certain types of yoga asanas and pranayams are very, very helpful to control the stress and tension. There are certain types of asanas and pranayams which control the concentration which control the amount of cortisol. Cortisol is a chemical which really responsible for your stress and tension. If you do certain types of pranayama and yoga asanas, it will control this chemical that is cortisol. Right? So yoga asanas and pranayams are very, very helpful for removing the stress and tension from the mind. And it will control the secretion of cortisol chemical that is responsible for your stress. So that is all about the remove stress and tension. Now come to the last importance, that is good posture. Good posture. Posture is called the body position. It may be static, it may be dynamic. It may be static or it may be dynamic. If you do anything in a stationary position, it may be static. If you are moving, then it may be dynamic. Posture is a body position. And posture, your body position, the way of sitting, the way of lying, the way of standing, that is all about the posture. It is a sound body position, whether standing, sitting or lying. Posture really reflects your personality. Posture reflects your personality. Posture tells about the personality. So you have to have a good posture. You should be stand erect. You should not have any type of deformity in your legs, deformity in your hands, deformity in your back. And yoga asanas are helpful for making the good posture. Or if you are suffering from any deformity in your legs or hands, or in your back, in your lumbar region or clavicle spine, then it will, certain types of yoga asana will definitely cure that or correct the deformity. Right. So, good posture is a very important part of your personality. Important integral part of your personality. It reflects a good personality. If your posture is good, then your personality will look attractive and you look handsome. If you have any deformity, for example, if you have one shoulder down like this, then it will poor personality. If you have knock knee, while you are walking, your knees strike each other, it reflects bad personality. So you have to have the correct posture, and through certain types of yoga asana, they are very helpful for your good posture. So this is all about the importance of it. Now come to the last topic, that is meaning of asana and types of asana. As you know that asanas are the slow stretching exercises. Asanas are the slow stretching exercises. You have to do make the certain type of posture with slow pace. You have to make a posture, stretch your different body parts. That is called the asana. So asana is a slow stretching exercise in which you make a certain type of posture. That is called the asana. Now come to the type of asanas. There are three types of asanas. The first asana, that is called the cultural asanas. Cultural asanas are those asanas which are really helpful for your overall body fitness. Through cultural asanas, you can make your body fit physically. There are various standing asanas, sitting asanas and lying asanas through which you can gain the fitness, you can gain the physical fitness of your body. This asana is called the cultural asana, that is for body fitness. Next asana is called the meditative or relaxative asana. Meditative or relaxative asana. This meditative or relaxative asana is helpful for mental activity improvement. This meditative or relaxative asana are helpful for your mental health. These types of meditative asanas and relaxative asanas helpful to control your mind, helpful to relax your mind, helpful to remove your stress and tensions day-to-day life. These asanas are very helpful for your mental development and for your good mental health. So this is about the meditative or relaxative asanas for mental activities improve. Now come to the last one, that is called therapeutic asanas. Therapeutic asana. These asanas are curing the different types of health problems, different types of ailments and diseases. Therapeutic asanas aim is to cure or control certain types of diseases, certain types of chronic diseases or lifestyle diseases. These therapeutic asanas are helpful in different types of diseases like heart problems, like asthma, like back pain, like obesity, like diabetes. Through certain types of therapeutic asanas, you can control these types of diseases, or you may be away from these types of diseases. If disease happen, you have to control that. If you do regularly some asanas, these asanas are really helpful to control your disease, to cure your disease at some extent. So this is all about the today's topics, that is meaning of yoga, importance of yoga, meaning of asanas and types of asanas. I hope you understand. Thank you.